Capricorn, this is your energy check-in love reading. We're tuning into the person on your mind or your current situation and the energy unfolding for you right now. Let's see what wants to come through. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Capricorns, please. All right, so we have the Six of Pentacles, beautiful. Your person's energy, the High Priestess, Cancer, Pisces energy. They're viewing you as the Emperor. Wow, okay. What you're not seeing is the Seven of Cups. This person is fantasizing about you. I mean, you have a secret admirer that wants you bad. All right, and the Nine of Swords energy in reverse. All right, so you might be a little bit in your head about this connection, but if you're stressing about this, Capricorn, I feel like you have nothing to worry about here. And we see the Four of Cups. So you might be feeling a little bit bored and discontent with dating. Maybe you feel like this connection is going to end in rejection. Maybe you're thinking about rejecting this person, or you feel rejected by this person, but I feel like you're doing everything in your power to stay balanced. You're prioritizing balance and harmony in your life. Some of you, you're dating. I mean, the Six of Pentacles certainly can be a dating card, exploring options, checking different people out, focusing on, having a work-life balance. It does feel like you're actually in a quite high vibrational energy. Despite this Four of Cups of maybe feeling a little bit bored, maybe you feel like, it's all work and no play. But I think you have something coming in that's going to shock and surprise you. Something unexpected here from the secret admirer, somebody who thinks you are hot. All right, so the Six of Pentacles here. Why do we have this for my Capricorns? Nine of Cups. Yeah, so this is like wish fulfillment. You're getting clear about what you want in a partner, in life. I do think you're in a quite high vibrational energy though. The Nine of Cups is like, kind of going out a lot, having fun, going on different dates, exploring different options, hanging out with friends and family, just enjoying life, good food, good drink. All right, you're viewing this person as the Ten of Swords in reverse, so this might be somebody that you're in separation from, but for a lot of you, I don't think so. I think this is somebody who's around you, and maybe you know that they've been healing, or they've gotten through like a very difficult period in their life, like a relationship that wasn't good for them. They're cleaning up their side of the street, cleaning up bad habits. Maybe they're healing from some sort of personal loss. You do see this person as being in alignment. I think you're seeing this person, you see this person as honest, authentic. You see them as like, you see them as like a good person is what I'm getting. Somebody who's been through a lot, but they're in alignment. They've come out of it okay. And you're viewing the relationship as the Devil, Capricorn energy. Now, in another reading, I might think, okay, you might feel like this is toxic or this is karmic in nature, but because this is your major arcana, the Devil here tells me that you do feel, or you will feel, like this connection is really in alignment with you. And I kind of feel that you both are extremely physically attracted to each other. You both might be obsessing about each other, but you're just not quite clear yet on their real feelings. I think you two fantasize about each other. We see the Six of Swords. This person can't wait to see you again, wants to come back around to you in some capacity. So if you've been on one date, it's like, I want to come back. I want to see you again. If you see them out and about in the community, at work or at school or at the gym or something like that, it's like you will be seeing this person again. And they have some very deep, secret feelings for you here, Capricorn. I also think there's a lot of sexual tension here and fantasy between the two of you. This might be just like, the thing that you're looking for to spice up your love life here, or just to spice up your life. So let's see what else we need to know. Beautiful things take time to grow. So this may be something that's, been a long time coming or in the making, but there's no need to rush. Allow yourself to grow at your own pace. All right. Reconsider and improvise. When you come to a roadblock, take a detour and see it as an opportunity to experience new things in life. So yeah, I kind of feel like, my Capricorns, you're in a good energy, but you do feel like something's missing. This might be the missing piece of the puzzle. Okay, so maybe you've just taken a detour. But I kind of feel like this is your opportunity to experience something new with this person. I don't feel for a lot of you this is like a reconciliation. And we see getting nowhere. But this is that Four of Cups energy that you're feeling. You may need to adjust the lens of your life, change your mindset, and then change your lifestyle. You can still turn things around. Okay, so again, you might feel like that's the Four of Cups energy. You're not really getting anywhere. This person might be a little bit of a departure from your normal type or your expectations, but it feels like it's a good thing. And Spirit saying, Capricorn, trust the journey. When you experience stagnation in your life, know it's the next level calling you. Answer the call and let go of the old. Yeah, it's time for something new here. New, fun, exciting, definitely hot, definitely spicy. All right, with the High Priestess, Cancer, Pisces energy, you have somebody here who may be a secret admirer, somebody who's creative, intuitive. You're definitely telepathically linked. You may experience deja vu with this person. This is somebody who's selfless and nurturing, which I feel, that with this Cancer Pisces energy, it can be a beautiful complement to your earthy Capricorn energy. Cancer energy coming through. They want to come towards you. They feel like your soulmates. Three of Pentacles. They are worried about third-party interference, though. So maybe you have other options. If this is somebody that you work with, they might be worried that like work could be an issue or there's gossip here around this connection. They might be worried you have other options. They might have other options available to them, but it looks like they only have eyes for you. And we see Queen of Swords in reverse. Now, some of you, this could be an ex. This is Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. But for a lot of you, I feel like they're worried about an ex. Now, we did see them coming out of the Ten of Swords. So for some of you, they do have an ex around them that I don't think they're into at all. But I don't know, maybe they worry about this person. Maybe they somehow still have to deal with this person in some capacity. Or they're still just really healing from this. And that could be also why they're taking their time. They're viewing you as the Emperor. Now, some of my Capricorns, you could be this person's boss or vice versa. But I'm also seeing with the Emperor is this person sees you as the best of the best. They see you as a divine counterpart, but they are worried about third party. They're worried about gossip. Again, if you're their boss or they're your boss, what will people at work think? Is it acceptable? And again, they're worried that you have other options because the Emperor is somebody who's very, very attractive to people. All right. Now we see the Knight of Swords. This person loves talking to you. They feel like you're intelligent. They feel like you're in alignment. They love that you're decisive. You speak your mind. You know what you want. They really want to come towards you. And we see the Page of Wands. They're really hoping you're going to take a risk or you're going to take a leap of faith with them here, Capricorn. Some of you, they love that you love the outdoors is what I'm getting, or you like to travel. But I'm just seeing here with the Page of Wands, they see you as fresh, new, exciting, and also really, really sexy, sensual energy here. I'm gonna be straight with you here, Capricorn. This person is low-key obsessed with you. I actually feel it's mutual, but I feel like they're really in their head. They're worried about some sort of third-party interference. And again, they just might be an overthinker. They might be an overthinker. I don't know why I had to repeat that. The recording got stuck on repeat there for a second. All right, let's see. Keep going. Let's keep going. Let's see what's going on here. What else do we need to know about this person? Engineer. Beautiful. I think my Capricorns are going to really appreciate this energy, that they have an ability to give energy a practical expression and a talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. So somebody who's practical, somebody who's wise, somebody who's a doer, somebody who's a fixer, somebody who's creative, but they can put that into practice. And we see Knight energy. So allegiance to a destructive ruler or principle or in romantic delusions. Now, I don't think this person is delulu, right? But with the Seven of Cups, I do think sometimes your person does get stuck in their head. It's that dreamy High Priestess, Pisces, Cancer energy. I'm not seeing that this person is disloyal, but I do think they are a little bit worried about this allegiance to a destructive ruler or principle. I think they're worried about an ex. Now, they could be worried about your ex. They could be worried about their ex. All right. Or they could just like, it's this overthinking energy. Sometimes they start thinking about like all the potential obstacles or the ways it could go wrong instead of really focusing on, you know, the ways it could go right. Again, I do think they're quite emotional and they do have that tendency to overthink. All right. Let's see how they're viewing you. How are they viewing my Capricorns here? How are they viewing my Capricorns here? Okay, they know that you're intuitive. This is Scorpio energy for me as a reader, but great powers of observation and intuition. You observe, you pay attention to details, and you have a desire to seek out the truth. That's the Knight of Swords. Like, you're not somebody who likes ambiguity. You're like somebody who knows, like, wants to know what's up. So you're direct, you're honest, you like honesty and directness. And they see you as the Hermit card. So this person may oftentimes see you on your own, but they may know that there's other people around you. This person sees you in this Virgo energy as, you know, seeking solitude to focus intently on your inner life and serves personal creativity. So again, that you're not afraid to be on your own. Sometimes you may need to be on your own to create. You might have your own business. You might work from home. But they also see you as just really independent, really intelligent, and also very creative. I see you two being a very, very good match here. Now, with the Seven of Cups, this person spends a lot of time wondering about you, but the Seven of Cups has good and bad imagery. Now, in this particular rendition, it's kind of scary. It looks like we have a bat wing and we have like a coral snake, right? So I'm seeing with the Seven of Cups, this person does have a tendency to like worry and maybe be a little bit pessimistic about their worries. But they still spend a lot of time thinking about you, wondering about you, fantasizing about you. The good and the bad. The Nine of Wands in reverse, they might be feeling a little bit exhausted because I think they've been liking you. Let me work on my English grammar. I think they've liked you for a long time. We see the Six of Wands. They definitely want your attention. They want victory. But they're holding back because they're not quite sure the time is right. But I also think they realize they know they need to let down their guard. They can't be so defensive. They need to let you in. Because again, you're somebody who likes to know what's up. You're somebody that likes people to be direct. You like to know how other people are feeling. Now, the Nine of Swords in reverse is interesting because I feel like you're coming out of a stressful time, right? And not necessarily that other things are stressful for you in life at this time, but I kind of feel like you're going to stop stressing about this connection. And let's see why that is. Six of Cups energy in reverse and the Emperor energy in reverse. Okay, some of you, what you were stressing about was this person's past. I don't know if they were in an abusive relationship or maybe their ex was fixing to make problems for them if they move on. Maybe you got wind of that or word of that. Maybe some of you, you're also worried about this person being your boss or you being their boss or you two working together or the boss being upset about this. But I do see somebody here being really stressed about their own past, their own romantic history, and I kind of feel like it's this person. You might also be a little bit stressed about this person's past or their ex. And we see the Seven of Pentacles. Be patient. Everything's going to come to you in due time. But I also heard an interesting message with the Six of Cups in reverse, which I never hear. But I kind of got like... I kind of got like an oh well energy from that card when it came out. I know I never get that. I mean, it's not a traditional reading of the Six of Cups, but I also think like even though there's stress here about this person's past, maybe you're stressed about their ex or whether or not they're actually over that situation or that person is going to cause problems for you too. But I kind of feel like there's a part of you that's like, you know what, I realize worry doesn't change an outcome. Someone's past is the past. There's nothing I can do to change that. I'm just going to be patient and see how things develop. Your person, King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag energy. This person's, you know, very attracted to you, manifesting you. I do think that they're going to try to step up here very soon. All right, let's see what else my Capricorns need to know about this secret admirer who's a little bit stressed out about you or about this connection. Intuitive insights, they might be getting readings about you, psychic readings, tarot readings. They're feeling a bit drained. And we see lunch energy. Yeah. But the lunch card for me is actually a beautiful card of like building a friendship and wanting to see things very clearly. You know, it's very different than dinner and drinks, which can be like, you know, like let's loosen up. Things are romantic. We see things from borrowed light. But the lunch card is like, you know, I'm going to see things very clearly. And they're building up to that. We see eye candy. This person is ridiculously attracted to you. Okay. They find you very sexy, very sensual. You know, they see you as the emperor. Male or female, it doesn't matter. It's still just like a very grounded, very powerful, very sexy energy. All right. What else do we need to know about this person? They may be self-employed, or you are. Angelic. Nice. And sometime this year. Now, my readings really are meant to, you know, not be that open-ended. But this is just an indication for me that it's going to happen at different points in times for my Capricorns. They may have fair or light features. We see fleeting romance. So some of you, this is their big fear, that this is just going to be a fleeting romance here. But let's see, is it going to be just a fleeting romance? Tell us more about this connection or this person, please, for my Capricorns. Tell us more about this person or this connection, please, for my Capricorns. Okay, it may be a little bit imbalanced right now. Again, this person definitely really stressed. I mean, I see you being a little bit stressed about it, but you're much more in a, oh, well energy, right? Like what's meant for me will come. You're comfortable being on your own. You're comfortable enjoying life as you have it right now. Spirit saying this is a destined partnership. Firm boundaries are needed now. Again, maybe with somebody's ex. All right, or it could be with this person, and you have this secret admirer energy. Somebody is secretly yearning for you, but stay in this energy of self-care. Clear your energy field and focus on yourself before acting. There's no need for urgency here. And marriage, this relationship is moving towards sacred union. All right, let's see what else we need to know. What does this person want to say to my Capricorns? I couldn't let you get close to me. So this might be somebody who has seemed a little bit shy or skittish at times. I can't be with you. I just think this person's very nervous. And maybe some of you met this person when they were still with that ex, or they were healing from that connection. And I want you back. I don't feel like this is much of a reconciliation vibe. Some of you, it could be the case. But I want you back is more like, I want to see you again. I want to see you again, Capricorn. I want another chance to like tell you how I feel or to ask you out. All right, let's see what they want to say to you that they may not be able to articulate. What do they want to say to my Capricorns that they might not be able to articulate here? I'm sorry I couldn't do right by you. All right, or I couldn't do things right. So a little bit of insecurity that they've done something wrong here. I'm in a much better headspace now. Yeah, I do feel like they're becoming less and less nervous around you. And some of you, like I said, you met this person when they were in that horrible relationship, that 10 of Swords, going through a bad breakup, or still healing from it. All right, and you are an angel. Look, you're both coming out as angels. And I got spooked. Yeah, the last time you saw this person, most likely they got scared, they clammed up, maybe they didn't say anything, maybe they acted weird. It's because they really like you. I'm just getting this person like, you know, is kind of shy. That's the energy I'm getting here. All right, let's see what are their very next moves towards my Capricorns. What are their very next moves? 10 of Wands. They're feeling a lot of pressure here. 6 of Cups. Crushing on you. 9 of Cups in reverse, feeling emotionally overwhelmed, maybe by a breakup or the relationship itself, but they will be coming towards you. But I do think you need to give them some time. I don't know if you have time to give them. I don't know if you want to hold space for this connection. I do think they're coming in. I actually see it being a very nice relationship here for you. But it's like, you know, some of my Capricorns, you may be the ones that need to step up and take initiative here if you want it to move quicker. Because I do think you're both kind of obsessed with each other, but this person is coming off as a bit timid or a bit shy. So do what you will with that information. But I do think they're ready for this, right? And they may not have been on your first date, or they may not have been the last time you saw them, whatever it might be. And some of you, obviously, it could be an ex, but I don't feel that. I feel for a lot of you, it's more somebody new. All right, let's see what your advice is here. Ground into the present. Bring your focus back to what's real and what's happening now. Waiting is no longer neutral. Silence has become a choice. Ask whether it's serving truth or protecting fear. Yeah, so again, this can also indicate, Capricorns, if you feel like you want to reach out here, or you want to move forward, or you want to know what's up, how they're really feeling, or why they acted weird the last time you two were together or whatever, yeah, go for it. That's kind of the energy I'm getting, okay? Because I do think that waiting is protecting their fear of rejection here, or looking stupid. Let actions answer. What someone does is already the response. So pay attention to actions and respond, don't pursue. So again, a lot of my Capricorns, this is not something you have to pursue. If you want to allow them to come towards you, it does look like they will. But I also feel very confident in saying, Capricorn, some of you, if you do want to know what's up, you can just ask this person. It might be something that they're waiting for. All right. And we see match the effort. You don't need to give more to receive more. That doesn't mean you need to overgive or you need to pursue this person heavily or anything like that, but just make sure that it stays in balance here. All right, my lovely Capricorns, I'm going to leave it here, sending you love and light. Take care.